So if you are a person who uses YouTube, chances are you've probably seen this guy's face. His name is Dhar Mann, and he's everywhere. Not only because he has 17.8 million subscribers, but also because he is currently canceled. I don't remember exactly what he's canceled for, maybe not paying his employees enough or something. I'm less interested in that and more interested in today's topic. So both myself and my assistant kind of peruse like the YouTube drama scene a little bit in order to do research for my new series called The Brew. And in doing so, I've literally seen this guy's face like 800 times in the past couple weeks. It's haunting me. At first I was like, I don't know who that is, but then it dawned on me, wait a second, I remember this guy. I remember being like 2 tables away from this guy at the YouTube Streaming Awards and intently studying his facial expression because the host of the Streaming Awards was being super mean to him.
Don't give him anything. Dhar Mann, you're always trying to teach people lessons. It's about time somebody taught you a lesson.
But like in a funny way. So I went to his channel to see what he's all about, completely expecting to see some bro like in a Lamborghini being like, what's up guys? Today we're gonna see if we can build an entire house out of hot dogs. But boy was I wrong. So Dhar Mann is a film producer best known for his video production company, Dhar Mann Studios. They create short films for social media platforms such as YouTube. The films target a young audience and typically feature a turn of events that teaches the protagonist a moral lesson. Well, you know what? I have to wear my glasses because I can't read my script without it. Gosh dang it. Well, I was very intrigued. I checked out the short films and oh my actual gosh, they're incredible.
Miss Michaels can't believe what just happened. After all the hard work she's put in to help Carson, she's heartbroken that his mom...
This guy's short films are so bad. It's so funny. I feel honestly like I'm allowed to say they're bad. I'm always hesitant to kind of poke fun at another YouTuber, but I feel like he kind of knows they're bad and like plays into it a little bit. I don't know. They're all like 10 to 15 minutes long. They're all supposed to, like I said, teach some sort of lesson at the end. Very formulaic. They all kind of follow the same formula. I think that's the definition of formulaic.
She's got away with words.
There's always a good guy, bad guy. Look at some of these titles. Passenger fat shamed on airplane. Poor kid at party shamed for no gift. Wow, that's really sad. Innocent girl sent to prison. What happens next is shocking. Teen gets paralyzed in a car crash. What happens next is shocking. They all have it like a minimum of 2 million views, so maybe I should try this method. I don't know. So I chose 2 of his short films to break down for you today. We're gonna have a blast because they're amazing. I'm just kidding, they stink. But you know who doesn't stink? Today's sponsor. Be right back. Hey kids, did you know that scent is the strongest sense tied to memory? Meaning you could hear a song and it might spark a memory, but nothing will affect you quite as profoundly as if you smell a smell. And you know what this means, right? If we want people to remember us fondly, then we need to smell super good. Which is why I'm so thrilled to talk to you about today's sponsor, Scentbird. Scentbird is completely reimagining the way people discover, shop for, purchase, and even experience fragrance. It is a spectacular way to kind of delve a little deeper into your relationship with fragrance. Become a fragrance connoisseur, if you will. Scentbird lets you choose a new designer fragrance to try every month for just $17. And every month you get to pick what fragrance you like, so there's no surprises. However, I have forgotten a few times to pick the fragrance I want, and I do get surprised, which is also fun. I have discovered so many new fragrances because I forgot. They have perfumes, colognes, unisex options, etc. But my favorite part is that you get an entire 30-day supply. So you can try out a fragrance before committing to the full-size bottle. That should be a no-brainer for all fragrance companies, but whatever. So Scentbird carries, you know, the fancy brands like Prada, Gucci, Versace, etc. But they also carry cool indie brands, which are my personal jam. Brands like Skylar, Heretic, Confessions of a Rebel. And of course, we have to talk about the amazing, beautiful, convenient, spectacular packaging. You get these adorable little bags they come in, and here's the thing. Don't look at my nails, just look at how cute this package is. So you just give her a twist when you want to spray. I can't express how much I love this one to you. I love everything I got this month, but this one, wow. So this is Red Velvet by Pink Sugar. I've been wearing this a lot and I wore it to my congregation meeting. The lady in front of me turned around and was like, "What are you wearing?" And I got it out of my purse and she wrote it down because it is that good and it is that potent. I maybe shouldn't have worn so much in hindsight. It has notes of strawberry, red fruits, gourmand d'accord, caramel, and vanilla. I also got Étoile de Nuit, which I believe means star in the night. This is very sophisticated and I feel like this is going to be a perfect gift for my mom. These make really good gifts, by the way. And then this one here was a little out of my comfort zone, much more fruity and bright than I am used to, but I'm obsessed. Don't be afraid to go out of your comfort comfort zone, kids. This is called Soleil Vibrant, which I'm pretty sure means vibrant sun. It has bergamot, pear, jasmine, vanilla, and dreamwood. I don't know what dreamwood is, but I'm into it. This one might be my other fave. I don't know. It's so hard to choose. So guys, if you are interested in checking out Scentbird, expanding your relationship with fragrance and finding your signature scent very easily, you can use my code JaimeFrench55 at checkout to save 55% off your first month with Scentbird. Make sure you guys spell my first name correctly. Jaime. Again, that is JaimeFrench55 at checkout. Kind of a long code, but it saves you 55% off. So thank you so much, Scentbird, for continuously supporting my channel and sponsoring a portion of today's video and making me smell like pear and bergamot and vanilla and dreamwood. And now back to the show. Hey kids, we're back. So this one is entitled Evil Nanny Kidnaps Kid for Ransom. Shocking. It opens with the babysitter, whose name is Jessie, being super mean and violent to the little girl she's babysitting.
Ow! Jessie, you're hurting me! Let go!
But of course, as soon as the parents walk in, she stops everything. Everything's all fine and dandy. She lies to the parents and is like...
Talia was upset because I wouldn't let her have a cookie, so she threw a fit and she threw all over the wall.
Meanwhile, Talia looks to be like 13 years old. A little old to be writing Talia was here on the wall, don't you think? What do I know? I'm a regular person.
Why don't you tuck in Miss Hoppity in bed?
So Mora, the mom, wants to install a nanny cam.
Are you installing a nanny cam?
Which to me is a reasonable thing to do if your daughter says that the babysitter is hitting her and stuff. But of course the husband is like, oh no, we can't do that. We just need to believe the weird lady over our 16-year-old child.
I'm not about to keep talking about this.
So then Jessie just kind of walks in their house like she owns the place and catches them with the nanny cam.
Is that a...
You know what? Must have came to the wrong address. I'm gonna return on my way to work.
Why are they afraid of the babysitter? So Jessie ends up asking them for an advance on her paycheck or whatever for $10,000. And again, Mora, the mom, thinks it's ridiculous because it is. And the dad's like, well, you know, we'll talk about it later.
I'm sure Jessie wouldn't ask unless it was an emergency. Let's talk about it when we get back from work.
So they leave for work, and I guess maybe they work together because the husband's like, hey, are you gonna ride with me? And she's like, no, I gotta make a pit stop.
I actually need to make a quick pit stop.
Why is that funny? No earthly idea. Meanwhile, it is immediately lunchtime at 9 a.m. and it's time for the babysitter to feed the 18-year-old. And yes, I'm aware she's not actually 18. I'm being funny.
You hungry?
She nods weird.
Good. I made my special meatloaf for you. I thought Mom said...
Uh-oh. Didn't the mom say she didn't want Talia to have any red meat?
I don't want her eating any red meat.
Okay, it's one thing that Jessie plans on kidnapping Talia and like abuses her and stuff, but it is another thing to not stick to the mac and cheese meal plan.
Please take some vitamins for me.
Oh my gosh, so rebellious. Trying to give the kid a different brand of vitamins than the ones her mom specifically said she wanted Talia to take. It's getting real up in here, guys.
Good, because you're my sweet little princess.
Even though you're 20 years old. Well, guys, Talia goes to take the wrong brand of vitamins, but she spills them. And you know what that means.
Do you know what little brats like you get? They get spanked.
What do you think you're doing?
Plot twist. There was no pit stop, guys. The mom just hung back to catch Jessie red-handed. She didn't really have a choice, did she? Because the dad wouldn't let her keep the nanny cam, la la la. So Jessie obviously gets fired, and the mom asks her to leave. They even go so far as to change the locks on their door. And by change the locks on their door, I mean have this guy wiggle it with a tool.
And you should be all good.
Thank you. Here you go. How you holding up?
Are you guys gonna lock the door that you just paid a guy in gum to fix? Are you just gonna leave it unlocked? So the mom and dad start to have a chat, and they are trying to figure out which one of them is gonna take Talia to work with them from now on because they're never gonna trust another babysitter. And while they're chatting, they realize that Talia has been awful quiet.
She has been awfully quiet.
So they get up to go check on her, and she's gone! Which we knew because of the spoiler alert in the title of the video.
Daniel!
What is it?
There's nothing I love more than when you can tell somebody was waiting around the corner for the director to say action. I don't know why it's so funny.
What is it?
So they get this text from Jesse saying, I kidnapped your kid. I want my 10 grand. Yada, yada, yada. It's 3:38 p.m. Why is it pitch black outside? You get it. Most of us would probably call the cops in this situation, but, you know, that doesn't happen in movies. The mom's got something else up her sleeve.
No.
What do you mean, no?
We're gonna send them somewhere else.
So, you guys, it's ransom time. They go to the address that Jesse provided and they're like, hey, we're here. How could you do this? You practically raised Talia. You know, what do you even need this money for? And Jesse's like,
I want to have a baby. That's what the money's for.
oh, that's so sweet. You would make a great mother.
Let go, let go.
So Jessie goes into this very long story about her infertility journey. They always do this at the end of the Dhar Mann movies. There's some sort of like emotional monologue with sad background music where everything kind of comes full circle, you know? She talks about how she used to be married before she started working for them, and she had tried for a baby for a long time, but they couldn't get pregnant, so they turned to IVF.
We were so excited until we found out how much it cost. My husband didn't take that very well, and he left me.
So he left you because of the potential price of IVF?
He left me.
Yeah, sure. I'm sure that was it and has nothing to do with the fact that you're a terrible person. So she explains, you guys, that because she couldn't have a baby, she latched onto Talia.
That's why it drove me so crazy whenever you guys would try to tell me how to parent her.
You mean when the parents told you how to babysit their kid because they're the parents?
So I suggest you give me the $10,000 so that I can have a baby of my own, or you will never see Talia again.
Plot twist number 2, dude. 2 for double. The cops show up with Talia at the last second.
I don't understand. How did you?
Yeah, how did they know where she was keeping Talia?
So I put a tracker in her bunny. And luckily, when you kidnapped her, she took her bunny along for the ride.
Well, I'll be... The hero of this epic tale was Miss Hoppity.
Ow!
The adorable stuffed bunny that belonged to their 34-year-old daughter.
Miss Hoppity.
Miss Hoppity.
Miss Hoppity.
Mac and cheese.
Mac and cheese.
Mac and cheese.
I love how all of Dhar Mann's short films have the characters over-explain themselves at the end. Like I said, it's a monologue, but it's very over-explainy. We love over-explaining here on this channel. And it's just kind of his way to resolve the whole plot in a few seconds, really. Like, that is the secret, I think, to a short film, is have one character explain everything in the last 20 seconds.
While you were trying to get money from us, we were just stalling until the cops could get Talia.
And I haven't taken this coat off in 6 days. Even when I'm inside. Code.
What is it?
After we put her in the car, we'll come back and get the statements.
And stare directly into the camera.
You know, the most fascinating part about all of this to me is the willingness of these grown adult actors to take part in this. Like, they all have to collectively know how bad these films are. Like, do they use clips from these short films in their portfolio to get other acting jobs? I'm genuinely curious, especially now with all of these allegations coming out, because if so, I kind of want to be in a Dhar Mann short film.
Because you're my sweet little princess, and I will always take care of you, okay?
But I'm like 32 years old. On that note, kids, we gotta take a short break. And when we come back, evil mother-in-law tries to ruin family vacation. What happens next is shocking. See you there. Hey kids, we're back. So the title of this first short film is completely self-explanatory, as most of them are. It is entitled Mother-in-Law Tries to Ruin Family Vacation. But I can assure you, the mother-in-law does much more than that. So the main character is cleaning her home, preparing for the mother-in-law to arrive, and she's kind of paranoid that it's not clean enough because mother-in-law is one of those mothers-in-law, you know, a terrible person, judgy.
She's here.
So mother-in-law, also known as Grandma Judy, shows up and she is ready to judge. Look at her. Look at that judgy face.
You look like you're ready for Hawaii. You excited to go spend your birthday there with us?
I'm more excited to see my grandchildren you insist on keeping me from.
So they flew her out to their home so that they could then take her on a vacation to Hawaii. This is a very over-the-top gift for a monster-in-law, but what do I know?
Are you doing homework on that thing?
No, I'm watching Dhar Mann.
Subtle. He plugs himself in a lot of his videos, which again, kind of genius. So this is very important, you guys. Okay, the main character lady, who has no name yet, gives her mother-in-law a cup of tea, and the mother-in-law asks for honey.
We don't keep any in the house. I'm highly allergic.
Remember that, kids. It's gonna come back in a large way. Okay, so they have to take this family trip to the grocery store because the main character lady has a ham.
We're having ham?
And she needs a honey substitute to make the ham.
No. These are much healthier.
Thanks, Judith.
Are yellow bell peppers healthier than green ones? Aren't they like the same thing? But a different color?
Would you mind grabbing the honey substitute? It's just right over there.
Uh-oh, guys. Judith is up to no good. So she finds both the honey and the honey substitute. Is that a real thing? Hold up. Is honey substitute even a real thing? Dang, it is. So Grandma Judy kind of distracts the kids so that she can secretly get the regular honey instead of the honey substitute. And instead of just going and buying it discreetly, she hides it in her cardigan and runs away. Classic grandma, am I right? Grandmas are always stealing stuff and have no morals. Always want to send their daughters-in-law into anaphylactic shock. So they get home, and as we all could have predicted, Grandma Judy insisted on cooking the ham herself, and of course used the real honey and not the honey substitute.
And you did use the honey substitute, right?
Of course.
Also, we finally learned the main character's name.
Jenna makes a great ham, right?
Her name is Jenna, which is my sister's name, which I find hilarious because I'm 4 years old. So Grandma Judy insists that Jenna take the first bite of the ham, and what happens next is shocking.
Something's wrong.
You're right, Jenna. Something is wrong. With me. For watching this.
I can't breathe.
So of course they have to take her to the hospital.
Hospital?
I was mildly impressed with this hospital set, mainly just at the fact that they had one.
Stay with us, stay with us!
It's not bad. I mean, Dhar Mann Studios is where it's at. Unless you work there, apparently. So anyway, Jenna continues to die. It's quite thrilling.
She's not responding to the injection. That's not a good sign.
So the doctors over-explain that whatever she ate that caused this reaction will determine what type of treatment they use.
Determine the treatment we use.
And so they really have to know, like, is everybody sure that she didn't eat something that she was allergic to?
I lied! I'm so sorry, I lied. I did put honey on the ham.
Sorry. I just like seeing grandmas cry.
Can you believe this, Jenna?
I can.
What?
Yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah?
Yes.
Yes, she did.
So you see, guys, what a plot twist. Jenna here was never sick. Her anaphylactic shock wasn't real. I mean, I know it was so convincing. But she was acting. You see, guys, when they were in the grocery store...
I couldn't help but notice you were buying something on your own.
Wait, she paid for it? So what was the point of this? Guess we'll never know.
That's when I found your receipt in the trash. It all became clear to me what your plan was.
So you see, guys, Jenna was wise to Judith the whole time. Her evil anaphylactic shock murder plan became clear. Jenna explains that she called up her friends at the hospital and let them know that she would be coming in with a fake allergic reaction.
I decided to let a few of my friends at the hospital and Roger know.
Oh, that's right. Her husband knew too. Can you imagine this at all? Any medical professionals out there? Imagine one of your friends calling and being like, Hey, so I know that you work in the ER where real patients need life-saving care, but could you maybe, I don't know, throw off the ethical chains for a minute and help me prank my mother-in-law into thinking I'm dying of anaphylactic shock. Same with the husband here. Nick loves a good prank, but I feel like maybe he wouldn't have taken it this far. I feel like Nick would have been like, maybe instead of the hospital, you could just tell her that you got diarrhea.
But when you kept going, I faked like I ate it instead.
Whoa, guys, did you see that? Did you see that trick of the eye? No wonder Grandma didn't notice. That was next level illusionism.
I never ate the ham.
Are you sure though? Because it really looked like you did. So they hash it out like families do.
It's just a little annoying to constantly be criticized for my cooking, my cleaning, and my parenting.
And as they sort of work through their differences, Jenna and Roger reveal some very exciting news.
We're pregnant.
I wanted to tell you on your birthday, but...
I wanted to tell you on your birthday, but you kind of tried to kill me.
Did you never try to kill me again?
So then they have to leave the hospital room, to make room for the actual people who are dying.
Jenna, thinking about things up. We really need this ring.
And then they fly to Hawaii, and Jenna pukes on the plane. 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 Ladies and gentlemen, Dhar Mann with 17.8 million subscribers. And if you want to know if I'm jealous, heck yes. Well, friends, I think that's it for me today. I'm literally gonna go spend the rest of my afternoon watching Dhar Mann videos. They're just so bad that they're good and just so easy to consume because they're short, sweet, to the point, formulaic. Everyone is kind of the same. And I haven't laughed that hard in a while. Do any other YouTubers do this that you guys know of? Because I would love to check out more creators' short films. I think short films is kind of an amazing idea. I've secretly always wanted to do it, but of course I don't have the resources that Dhar Mann here has. But wouldn't that be cool to have your own studio and just make your own movies about whatever you wanted, even if the plot line is terrible? Be sure to hang out with me over on Twitter, you know, that social media platform I'm trying really hard to build up again after I lost my entire account that I've had since 2007. It's a really great way for me to communicate with you guys because it's so much easier for me to see your tweets than it is for me to keep up with Instagram messages and stuff. So hang out with me over there. Join me on Patreon to see behind the scenes footage from today's green screen shoot. And thank you so much again to Scentbird for sponsoring a portion of today's video. Don't forget to use my code at checkout for whatever that percentage off is of your first month. I don't remember because I'm filming this many days after filming the ad. And I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace out. Sorry about my glasses. See guys, the thing is I'm legally blind without my glasses and I no longer have a monitor. So I have this little viewfinder and 2400 vision. And I ran out of contacts, that's the kicker. So I don't know if I'm in focus, but if I wear my glasses, there's a glare. Sorry. I know she was like dying and I shouldn't be laughing, but it's hilarious. What?